Snow days, we are going to cancel school days. Buses and snowplows and cars in the ditch. Roads that are icy, conditions unfit. Messages sent to the public we know. Parents are calling unhappy also. And we wrote on the website, we're letting you know. The day school will start up again.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. Are you okay?
I'm so lonely after that snow day.
Don't worry about it, at least the news has your back.
I guess you're right.
So Russ, how are we gonna start this thing off?
I'll start it like this. Director, pull up the list. These are currently all of the spring sports up for grabs. In order to participate, you must be signed up in final forms with the current physical on file. They will begin on the 27th. There's also preseason conditioning available too. If you're interested in joining cheer, just as the others listed before, tryout signups will be on final forms. As we all know, there was no school yesterday, which also meant the preseason track meeting had to be moved to next Thursday after school. And yes, tennis will still have their meeting next Wednesday. Here's some swim and dive footage from yesterday. Congrats to Carter Warner and Ronan Wilson for their great performance at the State Diving Championships. To finish off the winter season, wrestling is currently at the state tournament. They are competing right now, and we're doing our best to keep up on the action. As soon as we see a match, we'll run it on the TVs in the comments. By the way, we just found out Dylan Sternod won his first bout. Hey Alex, what do you have for us next?
Well Russ, in general news, today is the last day to check the Lost and Found before everything gets donated. The doors open next Friday for the Sound of Music Winter Musical. You can only buy tickets online. Key Club will also be selling flowers there, so support the cast in Key Club by buying a bouquet. What you see on screen is a list of supplies Mrs. DeGaramore's classes are collecting for the YWCA. If you're interested in donating, drop items off at the main office. The fundraiser ends at the end of next month. We continue our Black History Month profiles with one today on the youngest inaugural poet.
Amanda Gorman, at age 22, became the youngest inaugural poet in U.S. history. Storied careers were on full display at the January 20th inauguration of President Joe Biden, from politicians to entertainers with decades of experience under their belts. But the breakout star of the event was Amanda Gorman. Gorman recited her poem, The Hill We Climb, that called for Americans to rebuild, reconcile, and recover from racial inequities, particularly during a time of unprecedented illness, death, political strife, and calls for racial justice across the country.
And the norms and notions of what just isn't always just is.
Gorman finished writing her poem shortly after the January 6th riots at the Capitol building and drew inspiration from the speeches of American leaders during other historic times of division, including Abraham Lincoln and Martin Luther King Jr. The young poet, author, and activist grew up in Los Angeles and began by writing as a way to cope with speech impediment. At 16, she was named the Youth Poet Laureate of LA, and at 19, she became the first National Youth Poet Laureate while studying sociology at Harvard. Gorman, who writes about race and gender, was invited to the swearing-in ceremony by First Lady Jill Biden. During her reading, Gorman wore a ring with a caged bird, a gift from Oprah for the occasion and tribute to symbolize Angelo in her autobiographical work, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings.
We'll have more profiles over the next 2 weeks. Moving on, seniors, be sure to look in the Career Center for possible scholarships that you can earn. This is me telling you that free money does exist and it's out there. Whether you decided or not to go to college, it's still a good idea to file for your FAFSA. See Mrs. Nass if you have any questions. As for the yearbook, there's only 32 quote spots up for grabs just for seniors and are due today, so go, go, go! Kitsap County is visiting the Career Center next Friday for those interested in summer employment for just seniors and a summer success program for all grades. Any information can be found in the Career Center. Also happening next Friday, and of course the Saturday following, is the PSNS hiring fair. Interested in the shipyard? This may be for you.
In club news, orchestra is selling butter braids. Get yours today from an orchestra member for just $15. Japanese students, if you have taken at least 4 semesters of a class, you could join the Japanese National Honor Society and possibly get academic recognition. You just need a 3.5 GPA in those classes and a 3.0 overall. If interested, email Sensei Urushidani by March 10th. And the Rat Club is still looking for volunteers to clean up the Kitsap Regional Park coming up on March 16th. There will also be a pizza party when the work is done. The clubs meeting today are Advocates for Human Rights and AAPI. The clubs meeting Wednesday, yes Wednesday, will be Autotech, Cosmetology and Self-Care, Drama, Esports, Journalism, Poetry, QSA, Woodshed, and World Builders. So, still feeling lonely?
I feel better now.
How about we have a little fun to cheer you up?
I guess it can't hurt.